Hi everyone, this particular video is to just give you a supplemental idea of the chapter direct and indirect speech. The basic guidelines have been laid out in the PowerPoint presentation that will be attached along with this particular video clip. But in order to make you all little comfortable in learning this particular idea of direct and indirect speech, this clip has been recorded. So basically this will be a kind of a supplemental content for you all that will be attached alongside your PowerPoint presentation. So let us see what this particular topic, direct and indirect speech, deals with. It is basically not a new chapter for all of you that you have done in class 7 as well, but this will be a kind of a revision because now this is the time for you to start up with an exercise of narration where you are going to write two different types of narrative writings. One is story writing and the other one is the first person narrative or a kind of a report writing. Therefore, in order to do it, we have to have the basic skill of narration. So this particular chapter is something that is going to play the role of basics in this particular standard. Direct and indirect speech. It is also called narration or reporting. So what are the things that we are going to look into in this particular term as far as this chapter is concerned? We are going to look into the characteristic features of both direct and indirect speech. We are going to learn the different ways of reporting. We are going to use the rules. Therefore, we are going to learn the rules of changing from direct to indirect speech or vice versa. We will deal with different cases such as assertive, interrogative sentences, imperative, optative and question tags. So let us go to the first basic thing here. The characteristic feature of direct and indirect speech. Direct speech is an actual quotation of the words that are spoken by the speaker. Therefore, direct speech is always there in two inverted commas. It is placed in between two inverted commas, that is open inverted comma and closed inverted comma. For example, he said, comma, open inverted comma, I like playing football. Full stop, close inverted commas. Now this particular sentence is, or rather this particular speech is direct speech because it is placed in between inverted commas. So this is the actual quotation. I repeat the word actual quotation of the words that are spoken by the speaker. If you see this particular word will always be started with the capital letter. Remember why? Because the reason behind that is this entire sentence that is inside the quotation mark is a new sentence. It is totally a different sentence. Therefore, a sentence should always begin with capital letter. Whereas, if you want to see indirect speech, the characteristic feature of indirect speech, we'll see indirect speeches or reported speeches without quotation marks. If I had to change this into indirect speech, I will write, he said that he likes playing football. He said that he likes playing football. So basically we'll go to the next section, that is ways of reporting. There are two different ways of reporting. One is direct speech, the other one is indirect speech. Both of these speeches are the ways of reporting. Whenever you want to report using direct speech, you should always report in this manner within inverted commas. But whenever you want to report in an indirect indirect speech, you have to use the rules, apply the rules of changing direct to indirect, and then you report it likewise. So what are the different rules there? We are going to look into the rules of using linkers, the change of tense, change of pronouns. We are going to look into other various aspects, such as we have certain exceptional rules as well, where we are not supposed to use linkers, where we are not supposed to change the tense. So basically these are the things that we are going to do in the classes. Okay, here what I am trying to actually lay out to you all is my plan in regard to teaching this particular lesson, direct and indirect speech. The various parts are there which are very, very important, that I have just placed in your PowerPoint presentation. You have all these aspects in detail which will further be explained in the classes that will be assigned to you in your schedule for module 4. So I hope that you people are going to be very cooperative enough to sit in my class to learn direct and indirect speech by just going back, trying to recall what you have learned about this particular chapter in your previous class. Make sure when we are dealing with the cases like assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative and question tags, it is of utmost important, it is of utmost important that you people know what are all this. Therefore this becomes actually our basics again in order to learn those chapters. Okay? If not, then we are going to struggle in having a good pace in learning this particular chapter. Therefore, your task would be to find out certain rules that you have learned. Never mind, we are going to do all the rules in detail again because this is revision. And you are going to know that assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative and optative along with question tags are these types. Okay, so I am going to lay out examples. If you are not going to if you are having problem with understanding all this, along with, I am going to do that when I will come to this particular case as in precisely. If these things are clear, then I would like to close up here. Thank you very much.